right, I'm going to go see Shinedown. They are on the road this summer and fall. The Cleveland stop brings them to Blossom on Wednesday, September the 6th. They're going to have Papa Roach and Spirit Box as openers. Two solid headliners in the supporting spots here. LiveNation.com has got all of the ticket info you might need. But if you're caller 10, I'll give you a pair here, okay? Shinedown, P. Roach, Spirit Box at Blossom in September. Good luck. 216-578-1007 or 800-348-1007.
We now return to something barely worth your time. Already in progress.
The whole thing is f***ing pointless.
The Alan Cox Show.
On 100.7 WMMS.
Hey, mama said the way you move gonna make you sweat, gonna make you groove. The way you shake that thing gonna make you burn, gonna make you stay.
35192 on a text. I was showing the story to my daughter this morning about how the world's oldest dog has just turned 31 years old.
Holy crap.
Yeah.
Dang.
That's an old dog, boy.
Dog's older than Poundcake, right?
He's
Yeah.
a purebred Portuguese dog who's living in, wait for it, Portugal. A little dog named Bobby. Gesundheit.
Ew.
And he celebrated his 31st birthday on Saturday. He's been certified by the Guinness Book of World Records. He's lived in the Portuguese village of Conqueiros his entire life. Well, yeah, why would a dog move around? You know, you're not in your 20s anymore. You should think about settling down, Bobby. More than 100 people attended the party for Bobby, the world's oldest dog. They served up local meats and fish. Well, probably a celebrity, right? Probably not a big town.
Eldest dog got lots of friends. He's a good boy.
Bobby only eats human food. And so I'm sure that this will start a conversation among people who, the big arguments in the pet owning community about whether or not you give your pets generically, but dogs specifically, human food. Like you're really not, partially for training purposes, you're not supposed to let your dog have scraps. Like our dog, our Aussie, is 12 now. And she has always, her entire life, if you're eating, she's sitting there looking at you. Because she's just always waiting for, you'd think to look at this dog's behavior that we never fed her, ever. She's bottomless. But Bobby is now 31 years old and only eats human food.
But, how does she eat lasagna? She doesn't know how to use a fork.
Well, that's where you're wrong.
Oh, Bobby can fork?
Because she also was certified in the Guinness Book of World Records for the most dexterous animal.
Mm.
Imagine hitting both of those, oldest and could use a fork. Well, what they did was, for that purpose, is, and this is going to put some people off, they chopped off her front left paw and attached a fork to it with duct tape.
Oof.
So now this dog
got the job done.
It really did. So the guy who owns this dog also owned the dog's mother, who lived to be 18 years old. And they said that it's because they live in a calm and peaceful environment that the dog has lived so long. But 100 people showed up. Now the dog is not without its controversy. It's 31, but it's still humping 20-year-old dogs.
Look at that.
And so that's putting some people off, too, because, listen, when that happens among humans, everybody's got an opinion, right? Oh, why don't you hump someone your own age, they say. He's 31 now, so he's got to stop doing a lot of the things he did in his 20s. He can't sleep till noon on the weekends anymore. Usually when you're out of your 20s, that's a thing of the past. I know not for everyone,
Don't even have that kind of a tone with me.
I'm not. What makes you think I'm talking to you?
Who else you talking to?
I'm talking to the audience.
Oh, yeah?
Of course.
Okay.
Who's listening?
Yeah.
I think you're projecting over there.
Yeah.
I'm not talking to you. If I were talking to you, I'd say, Mary, ...
Nothing wrong with sleeping till noon.
But think about...
In fact, it's healthy. I'll go as far to say that.
Good for you.
And why is that?
Because you have to get sleep. Your body needs sleep.
Yeah.
You got to rest and recharge to be at your best.
Yeah.
Otherwise, you guys wouldn't get all this creative genius.
You know,
out of
you
me.
you can get too much sleep. You can.
No, that's not science. It's never been proven.
It has been proven
Has not.
on a number of occasions that now it's a sliding scale. They can't obviously nail down what too much sleep
Science is a liar sometimes.
I don't feel like I've ever gotten it.
No one with children has ever gotten too much sleep.
I could sleep all day long.
I would feel like I was wasting time. Wouldn't you?
I'm not disagreeing with that.
Yeah.
Definitely, there are better ways to spend your time, but there's nothing wrong with getting a little extra sleep every now and then. Sleep till noon.
I got no problem. The
Sleep
whole
till
wasting
noon,
time
burp.
thing is something I let go of a long time ago. Wasting time is one of my favorite things to do with time.
Waste it.
Mm-hmm.
Sit around.
Yep.
Hey, you know what? It's like money. You can make more money. You can't make more time, but you can waste either of them however you see fit.
And that's what I like to do. I love wasting money, and I love wasting time.
And there are some people who will say there's no way
I can do both at the same time.
But some people will say that there's no such thing as wasting time. That however you spend your time, if it's something that you feel is constructive for you, then that's a good use of your time.
Exactly. Yeah. That's why I really don't feel like it's wasted time.
I wish
I feel
I
like
was somebody
wasted
who
time
could...
is doing things that I don't want to do.
Right.
Like if I had like a niece or nephew that was bad at an instrument, I had to go in.
Maybe, I don't know, something in the woodwind family.
Like that seems like a waste of time. Like when you get to Severance Hall, I'll come check you out. But
That's right.
When you're playing in a gym, I ain't all that interested.
She couldn't have taken up the bassoon, could she?
Right.
Or the cello. No, I mean, if you are of the mind that there's no way to waste time, that I wish I was somebody who could feel that way. I wish I was somebody who could do nothing and feel good about it.
Not all the time. There are days to do nothing.
What days are those?
Those are the days when you don't have anything to do, when you got nothing
I don't have
planned.
days like that.
Well, you should.
That's my point.
Once a month.
I should.
Once a month, you should have a do-nothing day where you're
Well.
like, today is a day that we just sit around the house and kind of go from there. And it doesn't mean you have to like lay in your bed like a zombie all day. It means you don't have any plans.
Should. That'd be cool.
No, I mean, it just means you don't make plans. So
Yeah.
it's like if we want to go out to lunch, we go out to lunch. If we don't, we eat a hot dog. We sit at the house. We watch a movie. You take a nap, you know? Just those kind of whatever happens days.
Well, yeah, I should,
You should.
but I don't.
You might feel recharged.
And I wouldn't know what to do with it if I did.
That's the whole point, is to not know what to do whatever you want, but like not have a plan. Be like, oh.
But if you don't have a plan, you end up going round and round and round about what you should do. And then it turns into,
nope,
I don't know.
You're not doing it right.
I have a wife and a 7-year-old. There is no not making plans. There's no, hey, let's jump in the car and what? Do this.
And
No.
go get some ice cream.
Go get some ice cream.
No, that's what we're saying. That it doesn't have to be a, hey, let's jump in the car and go to a museum or something that requires tickets and appointments.
Yeah, I'm gonna put the sprinkler out, and me
Yeah.
and the kid are gonna run around in the sprinkler for a little while. And there's no plan.
Just
Yeah,
a day
but-
where there's
but
no
that's,
plans.
Okay, but that's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about doing nothing.
Then you sit at your house and do nothing.
Yeah.
Nothing. I can't do that
Why?
because I don't know what that looks like.
You just
There's always something that
it's-
needs to get done.
Okay, but what we're saying is that
But it
for
can get done
one
later.
day a month, it doesn't have to be done that
I
day.
understand.
Right? So sure.
I hear the words that are coming out of your mouth.
yeah.
I understand the structure of your sentences.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just saying that, you know.
Okay. You were just a suggestion.
Yeah.
That's sure.
Listen,
The garage could be reorganized.
no,
today.
not even that. You don't understand. I am not the person calling the shots at my house, all right? I am the very last person on the call sheet at Casa Cox. I'm not the guy making the decisions.
But you can't say to Gwen, hey, today I want to try to
Do
not
nothing?
do anything.
I can say anything.
Right, and I'm sure she would accommodate you.
She'd go, that's hilarious. Anyway, so here's what, because everybody's running around all the time. Why should I sit there and do nothing? There's things that have to get done.
Brian is the exact same way. When left to his own devices, 2 weekends ago, I said, hey, I'm taking the kid for the whole day. I'm going to go pick up my nieces. We are going to be gone all day long. Do nothing. I need you to sit at home and relax. You work very hard. You don't get breaks. And he gardened for 8 straight hours. He got a hole in his hand. He is not someone who can just take a nap on the couch and relax, because he's like you, where he's like, okay, that's a waste of my time. If I have a free Saturday, I need to go to Lowe's and go to Petiti's and go to this and plant 43 phloxes, and then I need to mow the lawn and do these things.
But also, those are things that we do like doing. So he was doing something he liked. It wasn't like he was doing it for someone else.
No.
He's doing it for himself.
Right.
Yeah.
No one asked him to do that. That is what he chose to do with his free Saturday.
That's right.
But to me...
When I went and picked up 400 pounds of mulch, that was for me.
Right. But to me, if someone were to say, hey, here's a completely free Saturday, for me, a do-nothing day would be exactly that. Wake up at noon, have breakfast, transfer to the couch.
I wonder what that would be for me.
What if you have
I'm trying
nothing?
to think. I'm trying to think back to my single days when all my time was my own.
Yes.
And it wasn't like I was out doing I don't know. I didn't have I wasn't calling the boys and going out and doing stuff. It wasn't like that. I don't know. It was so long ago.
Well, think of an ideal day where you have no responsibilities, okay?
Yeah.
For me, that would be wake up late, 11, 12 o'clock.
Here's the problem.
What?
The biggest problem is I like my wife.
Right. You can still like her and have a day to do nothing.
I know, but I hear these guys talking about oh, he does this and he comes home and I go, yeah, those are all reasons to not hang out with your wife. Like these guys, oh, he works so hard, but then he comes home and he goes and mows the lawn or he's sweeping his floors. Yeah, this guy does not like his wife.
You can hang out with your wife.
He does not want to talk to his wife.
That's so loud.
Huh?
For this.
Well, in this scenario, it's more
no, because if it's your time, it's your time.
Alan has one day. Your wife took your daughter up to Michigan to visit her family.
She abducted her? Or?
No, yeah, you need to call that guy whose kid got lost in the 90s, and he made that TV show about it.
John Wall kid got lost in the 90s?
Yeah, what was that show?
America's Most Wanted?
Was that it? His kid got
Adam
murdered
Walsh
or
was, abducted, and
That's the 80s, actually.
Oh, that was early
that
80s. Yeah,
okay.
yeah.
So my point is, Gwen takes Nora to visit her parents in Michigan. You have a Saturday. You don't have to come into work. You got no events for Gwen or the kid. What would that Saturday look like for Alan Cox?
I'd go to the movies.
Okay. Now let's start at the beginning. When you waking up, you have nothing to do.
I mean, if I don't set an alarm, I'll wake up at 7.
Ew.
6:37.
Is that sleeping in?
Yeah.
To you? Okay. So you wake up at 7.
That's when I'll wake up. So
that's
But do you
fine.
stay in bed till 9?
No, 2 hours?
Ew,
Oh my
lay in
God,
there.
no.
Just relaxing.
No.
Okay. So you're up at 7.
I just slept all night. What am I relaxing for?
Because you don't have anything to do today.
Yeah,
That's the whole point. This is
The whole point is sometimes just not doing it, laying in bed and messing around on your phone and looking at memes or playing a game on your phone for a couple hours.
Don't you find that
awesome.
Don't you find that not doing something all day makes you more tired?
Sometimes.
Yeah,
but it
then you
doesn't
get to fall back
matter
asleep.
because you have nothing to do.
Yeah.
So you're up at 7 and you're out of the bed.
It's gonna throw off my circadian rhythms.
God, shut up. One
And it's
day
gonna-
it's
and
not
it's
going to throw it off.
Well, what about all these people?
One day.
I said the same thing when people talk about how daylight saving time throws them off, but you got all
That's a
these
lie.
people. Well, I'm with you, but people swear by it. Who am I to tell them that they're wrong?
It's funny because when my boyfriend stays the night, he'll we'll get up in the morning. I'll get up when he gets up, and we'll go get breakfast or something, or we'll just sit and have coffee, and it'll just be nice and chill. And then he'll go and do the rest of his day, and he'll call me like, "Hey, I made it home." And I'm like, okay. He's like, were you?
You're still back in bed.
He was like, are you sleeping? I was like, yeah, I took a nap. He's like, it's 4 p.m. I'm like, yeah. I took a nap after you left.
I took a nap. I slept all night, and then, of course, you guys probably weren't sleeping all night either. I slept all night, and then I had to take a nap.
Alan, quit avoiding this question.
I'm not avoiding it.
We've made it to 7 a.m. That's how far into your day of nothing.
So you get up.
You have a quarter bagel for breakfast.
I mean, back in the day, I'd probably go to the drum shop or something, or I'd go to the comic book store.
Great.
Or
Peruse around.
Yeah.
Lunch.
lunch.
You do lunch out.
No.
You come back to the house. You just don't eat anything.
Probably not.
God,
no.
that's Brian to a T.
I wouldn't eat anything till the evening.
That's so Brian.
I'd go have dinner with somebody.
I got home on Sunday and we went out to dinner at like 8 o'clock and he's like, this is the first thing I've eaten today.
Yeah, that's what I told Gwen. I go, God, I haven't eaten all day today.
Okay, so you go to your drum shop, you come home, you
do a little retail therapy.
Do you hang on the couch? Do you chill in the backyard? What's an ideal relaxing position for you?
I mean, vertically. It depends on what the weather was.
It's a 72-degree summer day.
Oh, that's pretty nice.
Nice little breeze.
Pretty nice.
Got a little hammock.
I'll F with a hammock.
Okay.
Yeah, I had one growing up. We had one like in the backyard.
So now we're at about 2 p.m.
A hammock is nice. 2 p.m.
You've relaxed a little.
Yep.
You might snack on a carrot or whatever the hell you snack on.
I snack on a carrot.
Got a big old comfy bed.
Big old comfy bed. You crawl back into bed for a nap. Do you throw on a horror movie? Do you go see a movie?
Give yourself a little afternoon delight.
I would
Turn
go
on a porno.
I would go a daytime porno.
It's your Saturday.
God, what are you, a maniac?
It's 2023. You got it on your phone. It's not like you have to punch in a DVD.
Daytime porno where there's people outside jogging and riding bikes.
Yeah, you close the windows, you close the
nutty.
drapes, and you have yourself a little you time.
Closing the drapes so that you can, trying to make
so
it
you
more
be
like
in-
nighttime. That's
Yeah.
how
Make it
psychotic it
nostalgia.
is.
You can make it nostalgia and go to the bathroom and sit on the toilet and do it.
Sit on the toilet.
Are you nostalgic for a toilet? What are you trying to say?
Like,
He's
you have to
always been
sneak-
nostalgic, remember?
You're right. I've always been nostalgic for sitting on a toilet.
Like you have to sneak and do it. You can't just do it in your bed. Like you have to go to the bathroom. That's the only time you get privacy.
But I'm by myself. So
I'm saying
in this
if you need-
scenario.
In this scenario, he's home alone.
Home alone.
So you okay?
No, I probably would not have a daytime whack if that's what you're
But you
suggesting.
You would go to a
Some
movie.
people, anytime they're alone, they immediately go and have a whack.
Yes.
Like,
But like a Saturday afternoon, like, okay, if you go
and
to
then
the
you're
store,
sleepy after.
and then
How
you
do
go
you
to a
go to
movie,
sleep?
and you get home, you have a little you have a little nap. Oh, that's
you
a
wake
good
up
day.
at 5, 6 o'clock.
Yeah, then you go to
the
dinner.
Then, yeah.
I'm somebody where the popping off doesn't make me sleepy.
All right, well then
So
you don't
it
have
would-
a nap. You
Right, no nap.
You pop off, and then you go and alphabetize your spice rack, whatever
Yeah,
it is.
whatever it is
the
that
hell
Alan
that you like
likes
to
to
do.
do.
Color coordinate your
Wait a second.
closet.
Cardamom goes before cumin. Who mixed this up? And cinnamon's right in the middle. Oh, what a day. See, this is how bonkers I am that I have no good answers for you. I
We're
have no
trying
good
to
answers.
help you.
I know, and I appreciate it. You're
Just
try-
even imagine a day of nothing.
You guys are the experts in all this. Friggin' Poundcake's over here doing nothing all day long, and he's still getting tired in the middle of Be great. I got those Cleveland Funny Bus passes for you. I think tomorrow night is sold out. You'll
I think
be
there might
joined-
be one single
one
ticket.
single ticket.
But yeah.
I'll have a pair for you. The next handful of Wednesdays for the foreseeable future, Alan Cox Show night on the Cleveland Funny Bus, which is a really, really great time. And every week, one of us is your host. Bill will be your host tomorrow night. Starts and ends at Collision Bend in the Flats. And it's just an awesome time. So if you want to get on the Funny Bus for tomorrow night, that is a 7 o'clock ride from Collision Bend. Bill will be your host.